Mr. Cox. Here. Mr. Dominic. Mr. Epson.
Here.
Mr. Escudé. Here. Mr. Jenkins.
Present.
Mr. Lynn. Ms. Lynch.
Here.
Ms. McCullough.
Here.
Mr. President. Here. Thibodeau.
Here.
Have a full house, please.
Let's let us stand for the invocation by Commissioner Dominique, pledge of allegiance by Commissioner Lynn.
All bow heads. Dear Lord, just praise you and thank you for allowing us to be here today and watch over, protect us, forgive us our many sins and our failures and faults, dear Lord. Just ask and pray that you'll be with us and be with this meeting today as we go forth the business of the parish and be with our residents and our citizens, the ones who are sick and disabled. Just lift them up to you and praise you and thank you for all the wonderful things you've done. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please face the flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance along with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The commission will sit as tax board of review. Mr. Henningsen.
Good afternoon. We met last Monday with the small board, and we talked about Allied Way and the Parish condominiums and the tax rep for Allied. He didn't have any information to present. He just didn't like the values we put on there, and it's because the tax commission uses one depreciation schedule, and they figured they think they ought to use the IRS schedule, and that's not how the state does that. And we explained it to him, and he knew that, but he just came here because Allied asked him to, and just to present an appeal. And I think they want to go to the tax commission with it anyway to get the guidelines fixed, corrected. The towers, condominiums, had no one show up. The tax rep, I think, faxed some information in, but the information they faxed in was at 15%, and we were at 10%, so the information they faxed in was incorrect. So we stand by what we had for our values. Then General Motors last Thursday last week, we were going to go out there on Monday. They contacted us yesterday, and we're going to tour the plant and measure all the buildings, not just the buildings in question. And then, we won't be able to get back with you because today you'll need to have a ruling, and then it'll go to the tax commission, either with us or with them, one or the other. That's it. Well, I'm upset, Mr. Escudé, because you couldn't be here last Monday, and I want you to understand on the towers we had all the measurements, all the pictures, so not like the gym where we didn't have all the information for you, but on that one we did, but we'll have it. And if y'all want us to, I can send you the information on General Motors anyway when we get through.
Anything from the committee?
I had expected that General Motors was an extremely unusual circumstance, and that didn't surprise me, and I'm almost of the opinion it doesn't matter what you guys come up with, they're going to protest it.
Well, they said that if it reconciled back to that number, they'd have a problem with what we did, but to me, they were looking for that number because they used that number a month ago when they called me and said they'd finished when they got through with the appraisal, they sent it to me, but they already had a number in their head.
Right, and it didn't look like they were going to move off that number, so I mean, I think we did everything we could reasonably to try to accommodate them and work with them. They don't want to work with us, so, just let it run its course.
But I thought it was kind of hard for a week later after we asked to visit the plant, they finally got back in touch with us.
That's what you didn't figure that?
Yeah,
what happened?
I did.
They were stuck on that number before they got here.
Yeah.
It was just a little dog and pony show, but we did what we needed to do, our due diligence.
Right. The Louisiana Tax Commission is going to go out there also with us, so their people will be out there measuring the same time we do. So they'll have to do an appraisal loss on it.
Appreciate your work on it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Pearson.
Do we need to make
Yeah, you need to rule on all three.
I'd like to move that on all three that we accept the recommendation from the tax assessor.
Second.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Pearson, second by Commissioner Escudé to accept the recommendation of the tax assessor. Any other discussion? Commissioner Jenkins?
I guess I'm not really clear on what exactly the recommendation is.
Well, to accept my value or accept their value or set your own value.
No, I fit in a little bit on that committee meeting, and I'm trying to get clear in my mind. In other words, your office assessed the property at a certain value.
At $63 million.
And the John Motors representatives went out and had their own appraisal or something done?
They have an appraisal for $24 million.
Okay, which is lower than what you all had assessed it for. I never could really understand why there was such a big difference between them.
Well, we don't either. That's why we're going to go out there and look and see if there's some square footage that we have on that shouldn't be there, or for them to prove to us that the depreciation exists that they're asking for. They asked for 87% depreciation on the plant.
87%?
That's right.
Let me ask another question. The typical homeowner who will come in and protest their assessment, is that handled in the same way? I mean, if a homeowner comes in...
A lot of times they're bringing an appraisal in because they've had one for either financing or refinancing or a recent purchase, and they'll bring that information into us. Or we can also use sales comparisons of their neighborhood. Well, GM's really not a neighborhood because they showed that by their appraisal. There are no comparables around here, so we have to assume what they're showing is correct. They showed us Oklahoma City, I think a place in North Carolina, I think maybe Kentucky. We can't visit those places to verify what they show us is correct. So we have to assume it is correct. But that's why, if you didn't accept my information, I would take it appeal it to the tax commission and let them do an appraisal on it.
Am I to understand, is this something that's going to come back after you all do some further work? It's not coming back?
No, you're, like I said, you're accepting my value or their value or set a value yourself, and I think y'all said the other day you really don't have the manpower or expertise to do that. But if you rule for me or rule for them, I'm sure one of us is going to take it to the tax commission anyway.
And what's the three recommendations coming from the committee?
Well, one is the Allied Waste. They have dumpsters and things like that. That was a personal property. We talked about that past Monday. And then the others is the Tower condominiums on South Lake Shore, and they have a sale at dollar figure, and they think it's not worth the sale. And then General Motors.
Thank you, Madam President.
Mr. Hennington, can you delineate what our assessment was on each of those three properties and what, I guess they were asking for?
They didn't bring it with me.
I just wanted to, as a point of clarity, we don't have the capability, except through the assessor, of going out and making our own judgments as to what these properties value. The assessor is the only person we have who can make that assessment. So generally, because it has to come to us as a board of review, it has to come to us. We suggest, hopefully, that they go back and see if they can work something out.
Right.
If they can't, and I think the guy with the condominiums that were changed to apartments, I think we asked that of him, didn't we, or was it the Allied Waste guy?
Allied Waste, the tax rep, Don Morgan, was here. He went back to the office and verified that we had everything equalized, correct on our schedules, because back in August when he visited with us, we didn't. Okay. So we corrected all that, but he still felt like the 10-year life was not correct. He wants to go to a 5 or 7 year life, and that's something for the tax commission because I can't change state guidelines.
Right. So, in essence, Commissioner, we just referring it to the tax commission. They have to come to us as a matter of law, but then we referring it to the tax commission by accepting the assessment of our tax assessment.
And then that's if somebody wants to take it to the tax commission.
Yeah, if they want to take it.
Yeah, because y'all will send a letter to each appeal and give y'all's determination to each one. And then if they don't like it, they have 10 or 15 days to present it to the tax commission, and then they'll set a date for that appeal. And it's usually like November, December, January. It's on, down the way.
That's all, Madam President. for me.
Thank you. All righty, please vote. That passes. Thank you, Ms.
All right,
Henson.
thank you.
Are there any agenda additions? None. If I can get a motion to adopt the minutes from our meeting of September 17th.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Jefferson, second by Commissioner Smith. Any discussion? Please vote. Special resolutions, Mr. Spears?
See, there's one on there, yeah. No, I didn't prepare that resolution, so I don't guess there is one.
I think,
Yes, and
I think it's in here.
It is.
It's on the back.
Okay, thank you. Should we read this or just act on it?
I think so.
Read it?
Yes.
David, all right.
Resolution, David?
Proclamation. Whereas hundreds of children could be saved each year if communities take steps to make pedestrian safety a priority, and whereas a lack of physical activity plays a leading role in rising rates of obesity, diabetes, and other health problems among children, and being able to walk or bicycle to school offers an opportunity to build activity into daily routine. Whereas driving students to school by private vehicle contributes to traffic congestion and air pollution. Whereas an important role for parents and caregivers is to teach children about pedestrian safety and become aware of the difficulties and dangers that children face on their trip to school each day, and the health and environmental risks related to physical inactivity and air pollution. Whereas community leaders and parents can determine the walkability of their community by using a walkability checklist. Whereas community members and leaders should make a plan to make immediate changes to enable children to safely walk and bicycle in our communities, and develop a list of suggestions or improvements that can be done over time. Whereas children's parents and community leaders around the world are joining together to walk to school and evaluate walking and bicycling conditions in their communities. Now therefore be it resolved by the Caddo Parish Commission does hereby proclaim October 20, 2009 as Northwest Louisiana Walk to School Day in Caddo Parish, and encourages everyone to consider the safety and health of children today and every day, and urge all citizens to recognize and participate in its observance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Cox, second by Commissioner Pearson. Does that mean your daughter's not getting a car?
Well, I'll be honest with you. You wasn't real happy with that idea?
You go on with?
Yeah. Yeah. So get out the news crew, and 911 better be available.
All righty.
And an ambulance too.
Please vote. Next item.
Education reports, administration responses.
And we don't have any reports today.
You all walked out, huh? Okay. All right. Entertain a motion to suspend rules to allow visitors to address the commission.
So moved.
Second.
Without exception. We have our chancellors here today, with Vice Chancellor Dr. Sisson, Paul Sisson from LSU. Want to come on? And he's here in place of Dr. Marsalis. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for inviting us today. Dr. Marsalis senses regress. He was unfortunately called down to Baton Rouge to address the LSU Board of Supervisors. I know he'd rather be here today. So on his behalf, I'm here to talk about our efforts at LSU Shreveport to support Global Strike Command, and to request funds from the Caddo Parish Commission in order to continue and further those efforts. There are two activities right now that are we're specifically requesting funds for. One set of funds would be to support our animation and visual effects program at LSU Shreveport. That is something that we began about 18 months ago, and we actually started that to support the local movie and entertainment activity in Caddo Parish. And as a happy coincidence, it turns out that was of great interest to Barstow and activities across the river as well. Recently, we have been, well, actually for the last year or so, we have been having quite a few meetings with our colleagues at Barstow, as well as other people around the two cities, to figure out how we can use our animation and visual effects expertise to support Global Strike Command. The other collection of funds that we are requesting goes to support our Center for Business and Economic Research, and that's a center, a long-standing center at LSUS that supports economic development in Caddo Parish. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Commissioner Lee?
Is the framework for the animation and the global strike and medical all the same in computer design and hardware?
It is. There are actually three initiatives at LSU Shreveport that are distinct, but they overlap in an area where we get to take advantage of the expertise and build some synergy, get more than we would if we just had individual activities. So those three initiatives are our Center for Cyber Operations Security, and that goes by the acronym of COSI. The second is our bioinformatics research that has been in existence since 2001, so that is actually the longest established, and then the animation and visual effects. And the nice thing is that they are all three initiatives are computer-centric, so they all call upon very advanced expertise in computer algorithm design, high-performance computing, applications of computing to various needs, and they do support one another. So in bioinformatics, that definitely calls for the expertise in animation and visual effects, and of course everything they're doing at Barstow, that calls upon the ability to handle massive data sets that we have built up in bioinformatics, and then the animation and visual effects capability.
Thank you. That's all, Madam President.
Thank you. Commissioner Thibodeau?
Just curious, these monies be spent on reoccurring expenses, or are these one-time expenses?
This will be for one-time expenses.
In both cases?
In both cases, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fisher.
You're welcome.
Dr. Belton?
Madam President, Honorable Commissioners, to our Administrator, good afternoon to you. I was told to be rather brief this afternoon, but I want to take this opportunity to as well express our appreciation to you for considering a resolution that would enable Southern University of Shreveport to actually realize its role, scope, and mission. I could put that in greater context by saying that for probably 35 years, our mission has been solely or singularly focused on providing for this community academic offerings. A few years ago, we recognized our obligation, if you will, to begin to move in such a way as to drive economic development in this community, and particularly in the location to which we reside. And so this consideration that you pondered today provides for us the infrastructure to help in support of the Global Strike Command, to help small businesses rise up and develop for themselves the infrastructure to support that by way of the development of business enterprises and things of that nature. So specifically, what we would be doing is establishing an endowment with these fees as matched by the Louisiana Board of Regents, and those proceeds, we think, will establish the foundation, if you will, to again nurture, support small businesses as they endeavor to position themselves to support the Strike Command. All right. I welcome any questions that you may have.
Commissioner Thibodeau?
Yeah, I have two questions. One is same question I asked the other gentleman. You said this would be to endow a chair. Would you be expecting the commission to come each year with $60,000 as a portion of that endowment, or do you understand this will be a one-time situation?
Yes. We would anticipate your favorable consideration of the $60,000, which we will go forth and ask the Board of Regents to match for a total endowment of $100,000. So that would be a one-time expenditure from this commission. I would say that we do have some other initiatives that we would like this commission to consider, again, in keeping with our desire to really make a substantive impact for small businesses as they prepare themselves and position themselves, to support the aspiring businesses. And so today I come before you to ask of you to establish this endowment. Tomorrow I will come before this commission and ask for you to support more overarching goals on behalf of the university.
Okay, but this money matched along with something from the state
Yes.
would give you enough for 1 year,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, it would be
Do you
non-recurring.
have any idea where that money would come from after that?
No, it would be the endowment. We would realize interest off of that endowment perpetually.
About $4,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's about all you can hope for.
Right.
But that wouldn't be enough to endow a chair.
The Board of Regents for the state of Louisiana, they actually, a professorship. Let me clarify. What we're seeking is to endow a professorship, not a chair, with the proceeds to which you would provide to the university. And that would entail a $60,000 contribution from the commission as matched with $40,000 from the Board of Regents.
Okay, and it also says that to enable the university to attract and train entrepreneurs, and just as an aside, I would say this to anybody, any institution that want to do that, I hope when you do that you get as many real entrepreneurs to come in and saturate the students with real-world situations. That's the only way they're really going to learn how to be an entrepreneur. But I think that's something special inside of a person to be able to do that, to be an entrepreneur.
And we have a staff that gives great commitment to that challenge, and we bring a lot of commitment and focus in terms of shaping those opportunities for our students.
Thank you.
Commissioner McCullough?
Yes, while you're here, Chancellor Belton, I'd just like to let the commission body know that some time ago, we met at Southern, Chancellor Belton, and Commissioner Escaday, you mentioned some months ago, you made an inquiry about the industrial parks that's standing idle. What are we going to do with them? Well, at this particular meeting, Dr. Belton, if you recall correctly, I informed this body of the North Shreveport Industrial Park. And so, based on the fact that Southern is actually growing in the community, it's doing a whole lot in the MLK community, I suggested to the body that it would be a good idea if, based on your concern, if maybe we could come up with something whereby we could donate to Southern University something in line with the North Shreveport Industrial Park. Since your concern was that it was standing idle, surely Southern University could make use of that park. So I just wanted to bring that before the commission while you were here, Dr. Belton.
Well, yes, I'm not sure if I should respond.
No, she's just
You said you were willing to talk about it, so I just wanted them to know that I had actually shared that with you in a meeting at the school.
Indeed, you did.
Commissioner Pearson?
I just wanted Dr. Belton, just briefly to talk about the business incubator and how the business incubator responds to the need for business projects in the community and bringing business leadership to our young people.
Sure. As I indicated, Southern University for many years have been singularly focused on academia. But notwithstanding that, we feel like we should be the catalyst, if you will, to help drive economic development. And we began to really establish a substantive presence in that direction several years ago. First establishing a business incubator in Bossier City on Viking Drive, and more recently establishing a center for business and community development just across the street from the university. That facility in and of itself has the capacity of hosting as many as 8 small businesses, 2 community partners. It houses at present the division chair for our business studies division. They have developed programming for student internships and things of that nature. The idea of what we hope to do as we go forth is continue the wherewithal of establishing partnerships and collaborations that will lead to retail and commercial development. I would submit to you that as of today, we have been approached by a number of aspiring companies who have a renewed interest in engaging in some development in that area. And so we choose to believe that incubator in and of itself is going to stimulate a lot of development in that area, and certainly we want to be on the forefront in terms of managing that growth. And so it is a commitment on the part of the university. I think the university in and of itself has bought into our role, our obligation, and we will continue to help drive that type of development in that area. And generally, we will move across Northwest Louisiana in doing that.
Thank you, Madam President.
Commissioner Escaday?
I just want to tell both of you gentlemen that I will support your efforts. I'm happy that we're able to maybe help you at this time. It's unfortunate that even with the onset of Cyber Command 2 years ago and its efforts, that we have to do like everything else up here, and that's pull the weight ourselves, because Baton Rouge really doesn't care about what's going on here. And obviously this last budget go around, even though I understand they have problems, they don't seem to care as much about our local universities as we do. So be that as it may, I'm going to support you, and hopefully we can support you in your future endeavors, and hopefully the state can get its business in order so that they can continue to fund you properly, which is their business and not our business, because I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of tired going it alone here. I take some small comfort in the fact that the Haynesville Shale may be the ultimate instrument in which we may extract some revenge, because it's been determined by some in Baton Rouge that we may very well be the driving economic engine of the state for the next 10 or 15 years. Hope so, then maybe we'll get our props and maybe you'll get what you need, but I appreciate both of your efforts. Thank you.
And we appreciate you, sir.
Commissioner Jenkins?
No, Commissioner Pearson covered the subject that I was going to ask about.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Bell.
All right, thank you.
We have a report from Kyle Conley. Kyle Conley. Good afternoon. You can state your full name and address for the record, please.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Kyle Conley. My address is 6339 West 70th Street, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71129. Okay. I represent Steeple Community Economic Development Corporation. We'll just refer to it as Steeple Community for the sake of brevity. We're a local nonprofit organization, and we received approximately, I think, $27,000 from you for continuation of our after-school and summer tutorial enrichment program. What we implemented that in March, and what we do, homework assistance, tutorial, LEAP test preparation, and I'd like to say that of our students, 100% of our students, thanks to your funds and our work with your funds, 100% of our students were successful in passing their LEAP and iLEAP test. We had some students who had repeated grades previously, and even they were able to make strides or whatever to pass their test. I think we've submitted a proposal again, and as just a show of good faith, I didn't want to come. I wanted to come and show my gratitude. Didn't want to take the money and just go off and not have proof of what it is we're doing. I figure you all probably have enough literature already. My CEO and my immediate supervisor were not here, but I do have several handouts or whatever just touting our program, which serves students grades 4 through 12. At one point, we were serving about nine schools in Shreveport and Bossier from 4th to 12th grades. We now minimized that to, we had a lot of troublemakers, so we reduced that to about 25 students. I work hands-on with these students. I'm a former educator myself, so we work particularly with English, my strong suit, and math, because we know those are the two subjects that are really besting our kids in this classroom. I just wanted to express my gratitude and show my faith.
I have one. Commissioner has a question. Commissioner Lynn?
You stated that you have a 100% success rate. However, you are able to reduce your class to get the troublemakers out.
Yes, sir. Well, we're at the end of our funding cycle right now, and so we figured when we actually lost some staff. So the way that I said it, it made it seem as though we got rid of the troublemakers. Actually, it was just staff, So basically, we're a very small corporation. At one point, there were about 4 instructors and 50 to 60 kids. Now we're dealing with myself, and I have other tasks other than just myself and a part-time instructor. And so, just numbers-wise and facility-wise, we couldn't house. We couldn't work with 60 kids, myself and another person. Now, it's our goal to increase that number and increase number of staff so that we can. We don't want to exclude anyone, from it, especially when it's successful. So I misspoke on that.
Thank you.
That was a loaded question. He's an advocate for troublemakers. Thank you.
Mr. Wing, all right. Thank you.
Okay. Helen Mazier?
We're having a public hearing on the budget? Is that what we're doing on this?
No. Could you state your full name and address for the record, please?
Helen Mazier, 7850 Moncrief Lane, Greenwood, Louisiana, 71033. I would like to say also thank you for a grant that was given to us that you guys had approved of. And I just wanted to come and say thank you, and to also give you a little update on some of the things that we have been doing in Greenwood, which is exciting for us. Our program also included the children, but we also concentrated on senior citizens, and a lot of the things that we were able to buy were able to help them into doing fine motor skills and that type of thing, because some of our ladies that are in the program, they've had strokes. Some of them are widows and just needed a lot of help. So we were able to do that with the monies that were provided for us. We also bought sewing machines because we do an arts and crafts class on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. We also had a volleyball set put up. We also had a basketball, what is it called? We did the basketball court. We had that put up for the children that were in the neighborhood, so.
Let me get you to state what organization.
Oh, Greenwood Community Center, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I thought, I'm talking so fast here until I'm about to just overtalk myself. But it's the Greenwood Community Center, and we were also able to put on our first Black History Parade this year, which we were really excited about it. And Mr. Epperson, who is our commissioner out there, he came and spoke to us. We were excited about that.
Y'all gonna give Vivian a run for their money, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And the materials that... But the materials that we were actually able to buy, we were able to get our children interested in some of the things that they had not been doing before. And I think it has come available again that we've asked for monies, and this time we want to try to get some computers because, like I said, our children are interested in the after-school program, and in the years past, several of us that are community leaders have gotten together with our funds, and we've been able to buy some things, but believe it or not, what you bought was much better than we could have bought. So we were excited about that kind of thing. So the children, even though we do have a library out in Greenwood, it closes at a time where some of the children are still needing to do their homework, and we also have educators that come out and help the children in their endeavors as far as getting their homework after school and on the weekend. So if we could have those get the funds again to maybe this time buy computers, because like I said, the last time we concentrated mostly on senior citizens and the things that they were doing, and now this time we want to concentrate more on the children and what they're doing also. So I would like to just say thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any questions?
Thank you. Commissioner Cox?
I have a special guest in the audience today, all the way from Australia. The American Rental Association does an exchange program where they send somebody from one country, from our country to their country to our country. Michael, if you would stand up. This is Michael Hyatt, all the way from Australia, and he is traveling the country. And well, tonight, we're going to take him out on town. Be careful.
Wow.
Out back, everyone out back. No, we're going to go to Vivian. We're going to go to Vivian.
Going to Caraway.
Because y'all shut down at 7 o'clock, so. Where you at? But, Michael, we appreciate you coming here, and hope you have a great stay. So, thank you, Madam President.
Great.
I want to hear him talk. You want to hear him talk? Yeah. Come here, Michael. I was just kidding.
I'll talk to you after.
Foster's.
Okay.
Foster's. Here. Foster's.
Susie Morgan is going to be here, so we may have to suspend rules later on when she comes to give us an update, so I just want to let you know. Motion to go back into regular session.
So moved.
Out of session. Public hearing on ordinances, Mr. Spears?
Yes, ordinance 4921 amends your riverboat fund budget to hire a consultant to help develop a noise ordinance for the year 2009.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this ordinance? Anyone here to speak in opposition? Okay.
Ordinance 4922 declares certain property of the parish to be surplus and authorizes its sale.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this ordinance? Anyone here to speak in opposition? Okay.
That concludes public hearing.
All right.
Work session minutes.
Motion?
Move to accept.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Pearson, second by Commissioner Cox. Any discussion? Please vote. That passes. Next item.
Go back to our two ordinances for final passage. Ordinance 4921 hires noise consultant.
Moved by Commissioner Smith. Second by Commissioner Pearson. Commissioner Thibodeau.
Global 4921 and 4922.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Please vote. Thank you, that passes. Ordinances for introduction.
Yes, ma'am. Ordinance 4923 amends your economic development fund budget in the amount of $7,500 for Independence Bowl Foundation. Ordinance 4924 declares certain adjudicated properties to be surplus and authorizes the sale of the parish's tax interest therein.
Resolution?
Yes, resolutions. Resolution number 45 expresses support for the United States Air Force Global Strike Command.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by the chair, second by Commissioner Escudé. Any discussion? Please vote. That passes. Next item.
Resolution 46 approves the 5-year plan and the annual plan for the 2010 Section 8 housing program.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Baker. Any discussion? Please vote. Passes. Next.
Resolution 47 authorizes the administrator to execute contract with Baylor Engineering Services for LCDBG project.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Baker, second by Commissioner Dominique. Any discussion? Please vote. That passes. Next resolution.
Yes, 48 authorizes the administrator to execute a contract with Copper and Graff and Smoke Engineering for another LCDBG project.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Dominique. Any discussion? Please vote. Old business,
None on the agenda, ma'am.
new business,
Confirm Brenda Smith as appointment to the North Caddo Medical Center Board.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dominique. Okay, second by Commissioner Everson. Any discussion? Please vote. I don't think Susan's gonna make it. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was too quick.
Okay, now what? She's working quick, so that's gonna be... Commissioner McCullough? Okay, thank you. Next.
Appoint Kenneth Clay to the North Caddo Medical Center Board.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Dominique, second by Commissioner Smith. Any discussion? Please vote. Other business?
Move to adjourn.